Really appreciate it. Let's get right into it. Makayla Timpson, you're up first.
Practice with her. What's it like to share the floor with Caitlin Clark?
It's incredible. Y'all know how Caitlin Clark plays basketball, man. It's incredible the way she plays basketball. She's able to, create her own shot, shoot the three, and just overall a great teammate. She's a great person to look up to, and all of this stuff that's going on right now for us in the W wouldn't happen because of her, so that's great.
Buzz is building around the Indiana Fever locker room, and this time it's not about a game winner. It's about respect. Fever players Makayla Timpson and Monique Billings just opened up, and their words are turning heads across the league. Sharing the floor with Caitlin Clark, Timpson says it's a whole different experience. She pointed straight to Clark's deep range and her knack for creating shots out of nothing. High praise. And she didn't stop there, calling Clark a true teammate, the kind you want to learn from. But here's the bigger story. Timpson didn't just talk about basketball. She talked about the league, more eyes on the game, more opportunities for players, more momentum than ever before. And according to Timpson, one name sits at the center of all of it, Caitlin Clark. Gratitude. Excitement. A player thrilled to have her superstar teammate back on the floor this season. The message is clear. Clark isn't just changing games. She's changing the game.
Stuff that's going on right now for us in the W wouldn't happen because of her, so that's great for her, excited for her to be back and just back on the court with us. So y'all gonna see more Caitlin Clark basketball this season.
Yeah, you hear that? All this stuff that's going on, it's because of her. It's because of her. All of this stuff that's going on, it's not because of everybody. Why did it take a second-year player to come out and be honest about it? Makayla Timpson, you about to get flagrant fouled this year.
Now let's talk about the newest face in Indiana, Monique Billings. Why Indiana? Why now? Billings sat down with reporters and gave a straight answer. She wanted a team that actually wanted her back. A team that made her feel like part of the plan, not just a name on the roster. And she says Indiana made that clear from the very start. Naturally, the next question came up. What about sharing the front court with Aaliyah Boston? Billings kept it simple. No overthinking, no big promises. She's letting training camp sort out the details. Her focus: show up, work hard, do whatever the team needs. That's it. But there's another side to Billings that's just as important as her game. Leadership. She knows her skills speak for themselves on the court. But she also knows a championship-level team needs more than talent. It needs voices, veterans who guide the room. And Billings believes Indiana still has space to grow there. She even gave a nod to a teammate already leading the charge, Sophie Cunningham, someone Billings says is already showing what that veteran presence looks like. Talent brought her to Indiana, but leadership, that's what she's hoping to leave behind.
Player to come out and be honest about it. Makayla Timpson, you about to get flagrant fouled this year. You about to catch some balls. They're not gonna like this. I'm letting you know right now, Makayla Timpson, they are not going to like this, okay? You came out and admitted what so many people already know, which is Caitlin Clark is the reason for all of this. Caitlin Clark is the reason everybody's getting paid crazy amounts of money, which we are happy about. Get your bread. Caitlin Clark is the reason these TV deals.
She spoke positively about the locker room culture
Get your bread. Caitlin Clark is the reason these TV deals, the sold out arena. We all knew that, but they've been in denial. And we finally have somebody, another player, coming out and admitting it when so many of these veterans have been in utterly and complete denial about that. So shout out to Makayla Timpson. We look forward to you doing your thing this year. Them vets gonna be on you though. Them WNBA vets ain't gonna like this. I'm just putting that out there right now. Now, Monique Billings.
Let's talk about the little things that win basketball games. Because Monique Billings just made it clear, she takes this part seriously. Screens. Sounds simple, right? But here's the thing. This has been a real issue for the Fever. Fans and analysts have pointed fingers at past bigs for not setting solid screens for Clark, letting defenders slip right through. Billings. Different story. She says she takes pride in it. Physical. High effort. The kind of screen that actually frees up her guards. And she's not doing it for nothing. She expects her guards to return the favor with easy buckets when she rolls to the rim. It's a give and take. and Billings sounds ready to hold up her end. Now, let's shift to the sideline, because Billings also opened up about her head coach, Stephanie White. Turns out, this isn't their first time working together. The two crossed paths before through USA Basketball, so Billings already knew what she was walking into. Her take: White brings pure energy, real passion, and you can feel her background as a former player in the way she coaches. Competitive, sharp, hands-on. Billings says she's excited to keep building with White this season. Screens on the court. Trust off it. Piece by piece, Billings is showing exactly why Indiana brought her in.
Putting that out there right now. Now, Monique Billings spoke to the media and she broke down some things on why she even wanted to join the Indiana Fever. And one main reason being the GOAT, Caitlin Clark. Let's take a listen.
Kappa for Mo, Monique.
Mo either. Monique either.
What about this free agency period? You took meetings with their teams. What made Indiana the right fit for you?
Yeah, I mean, it was important to feel wanted, to feel desired, to feel like I'm going to go somewhere where I'm in the mix, I'm in the plans, and that's the energy that I got when I spoke to Indy.
You had mentioned those plans. What do you feel like they are?
Something's shifting in Indiana's front court, and people are noticing. More and more fans, more and more analysts are saying the same thing. Right now, Makayla Timpson might just be clicking with Caitlin Clark better than Aaliyah Boston. Now, let's be fair here. Boston is still the bigger name, the bigger body, the more gifted player on paper. Size, strength, skill. She checks every box. But basketball isn't just about talent. It's about fit. And lately, her game just isn't syncing with Clark's the way it used to. Here's the soundbite making rounds. I'm in the plans, and that's the energy that I got when I spoke to Indy. Simple words, but they're carrying a lot of weight right now.
I'm in the plans, and that's the energy that I got when I spoke to Indy.
You had mentioned those plans. What do you feel like they are? So if you could start next to Leah, you could play behind her. How do you feel like that role should be for you?
I mean, I think we're using training camp to see. I mean, I think we'll play great together. So that's how I see it. But however the coaches see fit, I just know I'm going to come in, do whatever is asked of me every single time. And I'm excited to play. This is a great group, so I'm just excited to contribute.
Speaking of that, is there anything that you kind of want to specifically show during this training camp? I mean, obviously you're established, but is there anything that you're like, okay, I want to make sure coaches see it?
Something has quietly shifted inside the Indiana Fever, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. For months, everyone assumed Aaliyah Boston was the perfect frontcourt partner for Caitlin Clark. Bigger, stronger, more skilled on paper. But basketball has a funny way of humbling assumptions, because right now, on the actual court, a different player is making that chemistry look effortless, and her name is Makayla Timpson. Let's rewind a bit. When Timpson stepped into the starting lineup, nobody expected an instant transformation, but it happened almost overnight. The pick and roll suddenly looked sharper. The floor spacing opened up, and most noticeably, Clark started looking like exactly what she is, the best point guard in the world, finally allowed to play like one. Here's the thing that's making fans and analysts sit up. Timpson isn't trying to be the offensive hub. She isn't trying to bring the ball up herself. She isn't hunting shots from the perimeter. Instead, she's doing the unglamorous stuff that actually wins basketball games, setting real screens, outletting rebounds straight to Clark instead of dribbling it herself, and finishing dribble handoffs the way they're supposed to be finished. Now compare that to what's reportedly been happening with Boston. Multiple clips have surfaced showing Clark standing completely wide open, only for Boston to pass up the opportunity entirely. Not once, not twice. According to people breaking down the film, this has turned into a recurring pattern across several games. In one especially telling sequence, Clark comes off a screen looking for a handoff, and Boston simply doesn't follow through. She holds the ball. The play breaks down, and Clark's frustration on camera has become impossible to miss. It doesn't stop there. In another possession, a pick-and-roll feed to Boston near the rim results in a blocked shot. Her screening has also looked inconsistent lately, failing to create the clean separation Clark needs to operate. Meanwhile, Timpson's tape is telling the complete opposite story. In one clip, Clark draws a triple team, kicks the ball out, and Timpson calmly buries the open look. In another, she sets a legitimate, physical screen that forces a double team onto Clark, then rolls to the basket and finishes strong through contact. That's not luck. That's timing, awareness, and buy-in to a role. And here's a detail worth pausing on. Timpson has reportedly been finishing nearly every layup attempt she takes. Meanwhile, Some analysts have pointed out that Boston's finishing at the rim has looked shaky in comparison, missing bunnies that used to be automatic. So what's actually causing this shift? Some believe it traces back to coaching influence under Stephanie White, possibly reshaping how Boston is being used within the offense. Others simply believe Boston has drifted toward wanting to be more of a primary initiator, bringing the ball up herself, operating from the perimeter, spacing out near the three-point line, rather than functioning as a traditional screen-and-roll big. And when your center wants to run the offense on a roster that already has arguably the most talented point guard on the planet, something has to give. That tension shows up in the small habits, too. Long outlet passes to a trailing big pushing the break, something that used to happen constantly with Boston, have become rare. Why? Because instead of sprinting the floor in transition, she's reportedly choosing to bring the ball up herself. Timpson, on the other hand, is doing exactly what the offense needs. She's sprinting ahead, staying available, and consistently putting herself in position to catch those outlet passes and keep the pace moving. Now, to be completely fair, and this needs to be said clearly, nobody is claiming Timpson is more talented than Boston. Skill for skill, size for size, Boston remains the bigger, stronger, more gifted player in a vacuum. That's not up for debate. But basketball isn't played in a vacuum. It's played through chemistry, timing, and fit. And right now, fit is exactly where the gap is showing up. Away from the film room, Timpson has also been opening up about what she wants to bring to this roster beyond the stat sheet. When asked what she wants coaches to notice about her, she didn't point to scoring numbers. She pointed to leadership. As a veteran player, she believes this locker room can benefit from more voices stepping up, and she specifically named teammate Sophie Cunningham as someone already showing what that looks like. Her message was simple. The talent will always be there, but a group like this also needs people willing to lead. She's also spoken about the environment she's walked into. In just a short amount of time with the team, she says she's already noticed a strong locker room culture, one where respect runs through a roster full of very different personalities. For a player joining a new group, that kind of early impression matters. There's also a basketball connection worth mentioning. Timpson has previously played alongside elite talents like Kelsey Plum and Aya Wilson through USA Basketball, and that experience appears to be paying off. Being surrounded by that level of competition tends to sharpen a player's instincts, and it shows in how comfortable she looks fitting into a new system on the fly. Let's get back to the bigger picture, though, because this is where things get really interesting. Before this stretch of games, there was already a theory floating around. What if removing Boston from the equation, even temporarily, forced the offense to fully commit to Clark as the true primary ball handler? Instead of routing possessions through the center, let the point guard actually run the point. That theory is starting to look less like speculation and more like reality. With Timpson on the floor, the offense doesn't have a big trying to function as a hub. It doesn't have someone slowing possessions down by walking the ball up. It has Clark doing what Clark does best, with a frontcourt partner who complements that instead of competing with it. One of the clearest examples people keep bringing up involves a simple, almost basic basketball action, the handoff. When Clark comes off a screen looking to hand the ball back to her big afterward, or receive one in return, Timpson executes it cleanly, every single time. Boston, according to the same film being circulated, has reportedly been reluctant to complete that same action, choosing instead to hold onto possessions herself. It sounds like a small thing. It isn't. Those tiny mechanical actions, handoffs, outlet passes, screen angles, are the connective tissue of a functioning offense. When they break down, everything downstream breaks down with them. When they work, an offense starts to look unstoppable. And that's exactly what's happening right now with Timpson next to Clark. Solid screens, better spacing, reliable finishing at the rim. Meanwhile, the same areas have shown far more inconsistency on Boston's side of the ledger in recent outings. None of this means the story is finished. If Boston shifts back toward the style of play she showed during Clark's rookie season, screening hard, rolling to the rim, staying out of the ball-handling role, this entire dynamic could reset just as quickly as it changed. Basketball is never permanent. Roles evolve, players adjust, coaches make changes. But right now, based on everything currently showing up on film, one thing is becoming harder and harder to ignore. Makayla Timpson looks like the more functional partner for Caitlin Clark. not because she's more talented, but because she understands exactly what her role requires, and she's executing it without ego. For a team built around the most electric point guard in the sport, that kind of fit might matter more than anything else on the stat sheet. So here's the real question heading into the rest of this season. Does Aaliyah Boston adjust her game and reclaim that chemistry? Or does Makayla Timpson keep proving that sometimes the right fit matters more than the bigger name? If you don't want to miss how this storyline plays out, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and drop your prediction in the comments below. Do you think Boston bounces back, or is Timpson here to stay in that starting spot? Let us know, and we'll see you in the next one.